from your local election headquarters. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
All right, welcome back to Big Country Politics, and today we have a special guest, a familiar face, Bob Bartlett. Thank you for being here on the show.
Glad to be here, Victor.
First time we've had you on the show.
Yes, and I enjoy watching it every Sunday morning and getting inside local politics. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, the reason we have you on today is because last week you had a pretty big marker, a milestone.
Well, it was 40 years working here at KTAB. I came to work at the station on August 20th, 1979. The station was not on the air yet. Not all, most of the employees had really been working for KRBC. And the station manager then was Bill Terry, and he had always wanted to own his own TV station. So he got 9 local investors, and so it was a locally owned TV station. And they all chipped in some money, and he put it on for not very much money, even in 1979 when interest rates were at 20%.
Wow.
It was the worst time for interest, I don't know whether it's ever, but in a long time. So to go into a venture like this and get 9 other people in the community to put in their personal money to put on a TV station. At that time there was KRBC and K-Texas, and those were the only 2 TV stations in Abilene and serving the Big Country. And so that was a big challenge to be number 3, and KRBC at that time just had all the ratings. 80–90% of the audience was watching KRBC. So interesting, and that's where I was at that time. Larry Fitzgerald was the news director and the anchor, and he had worked in Abilene. He was one of the first people that was on KRBC when it signed on in 1953. And he and another guy, and the show was, the TV station was on the air from 3 to 10 or something in the afternoon. I mean, just a few hours. And they did an entertainment show, and they sang and did pantomime, and that was Larry Fitzgerald, who became the dean of Abilene and Big Country Television and was on the air for 25 years. And then I took over for him. He was the news director and anchor at KTAB when we signed on. And then when he stepped back, I became news director and anchor. So, but when we first started, I did the morning cut-ins in CBS This Morning at 7:25 and 8:25. Then did the noon weather, news and weather. And Fran Adkins was the host of Noontab 32.
Noontab 32.
The channel number was 32, so we tied everything to tab, KTAB, and the channel number 32. And it progressed from there.
I couldn't imagine. I look around here, cameras, plus the booth that nobody ever sees back there, the control booth that's controlling everything we're doing here, and the thought of building a news station from the ground up. What is that like?
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to build the building. So we built a building on Highway 277, just out southwest of town, just still in the city limits. And so it was a new building. So like any new building, there's nothing in there when you move in. And the first day I went to work, there were no desks, there were folding chairs, the telephones were on the floor, we had no TV equipment to speak of. At that point, the tower, which is the broadcast tower, which is out southeast of town, just past the airport, on the curve there,
on the curve
Highway
there,
36. Yeah. And so we, when I started, that tower was not erected yet. So I was able to see on a visit every once in a while that tower actually go up. I think it's 600 or 700 feet tall.
Wow.
And then it's on top of that hill, so you know it's got pretty good reach. And the location was to build that tower so that our signal would go especially down towards the Brownwood area, but also still include the western portions out to Sweetwater and then up north through Haskell County, but of course serving Abilene, the biggest community in the area and the one where KTAB is licensed to, so we have to have a good signal here to be able to serve the community that we're licensed to. So it was a lot of fun, and we were kind of moving along and you know, hiring people and getting the desks put together and this and that. And one day Bill Terry, the manager, came in and said, we're going to go on the air Saturday. This was on Tuesday. We had no idea that he was going to come in and say, yep, let's do it. We've got to have a deadline. We've got to do it sometime. So it's Saturday, October 6th, that we're signing on the air.
How long was it before when y'all moved into the building, empty building, and then y'all went in the air? What was that time period?
When I started, it was August 20th. Others had been there for a month or so.
Wow, so not long.
No,
I mean,
it was what, a month and a half,
yeah.
I guess, September, early October. So yeah, the end of August to the beginning of October. Now they had done a lot of work, and but as I say, the tower was not up, the transmitter was in, and we had some studio equipment. Our studio cameras actually were bought from TV station WSM in Nashville and had been used to do the Grand Ole Opry show there. And they had bought new cameras, so these were second or third hand cameras by the time we got them. But they were color cameras. And you mentioned the control room. The first day, the first night we did a show, the control room wasn't complete, so the director's console was actually in the studio with us, and we could see the director over there pushing the buttons and with the headphones and calling out the shots. Didn't really need headsets because
he was right there.
He was right there, yeah.
Well, and for people who don't know that are just watching now, we don't see any of those guys. They're back in the control room over in that direction.
They're in the control room. We see floor people out here running the cameras, and that's about it. But we couldn't do the job without those people behind the cameras. We wouldn't be on the air.
Maybe in our second segment, I want to ask you about the changes that you have seen in the newsroom. But there's one story that you tell that I want you to tell here on the air. We were back, well, this was before me, but you were back in the building on 277,
right.
And you talk about hearing, I believe on the scanner, about a B1 that was on fire, and you stepped out the back door.
Yes, yeah, this was in, well, I don't remember, 1986, I believe. Well, the B1s arrived in 86, 85, 86. So this was maybe 87 or 88, I'm not sure of the year. But yes, in that building, the news director's office had a window looking west towards the direction of Dias. And on the scanner, we were able to hear somebody at Dias say, there's a B1 on fire that just took off. And I looked up out the window, and there it was. A B1 with the flames, of course, you know, the B1 is that long, and the flames were coming out past the tail by another 50 feet, 100 feet, I don't know. But it was, so you could see the flames from the engine on the other side of the jet, and those flames were trailing out behind the aircraft. And eventually it circled, and we actually, Ned Austin, who was a reporter at that time there, I said, grab a camera. and he got a camera, and we got the only video of the plane circling, and eventually it went out of our view, and it actually crashed in Thai. The crew all bailed out, and the commander of the base was actually watching it. He knew exactly where those parachutes came down, got the crew, but the plane crashed in Thai.
I've heard that story many times. I just wanted, everybody else to hear it. It's a good story.
A lot of things have happened.
When we come back, I want to talk to you about some of the changes you've seen in your long career, 40 years. Bob's celebrating 40 years just this last week. We'll be back on Big Country Politics.